friends, welcome back to my channel. It's Nat Walsh back with you obviously again because it's my channel. I do hope you are well. This is a part of a Instagram hashtag driven hop. Now if you put over on Instagram or in YouTube itself, if you put the hashtag teamtinytreathop, I'll say that again because I could get a little bit of a tongue tie, teamtinytreathop, all sorts of very cool little designs will pop up and some videos for you to check out, so that's going to be awesome. This is a stamp by Altenew called Way Too Much, hang on, Way Too Sweet, that's better. I am stamping it down with Memento. I'm not using Tuxedo Black, I'm using Desert Sand today because we're going to do a little bit of no line colouring. Now it's going to be a little bit hard for you peeps to see, but hopefully you'll see the point. I'm going to make this cone in front. So I've masked him off with just some full stick post-it paper. I am going to play around with the position of these cupcakes and we're going to stick him quite close. Now they're a smidge higher than the ice cream cone, and how this ice cream cone is sitting up all by itself I don't know, but that's what we're going to do. This stamp is also included in the set. Well, there's 3 little hearts that are included in the set. There's lots of things. There's a cherry, there's a, what is this? There's lots of little ice cream. It's really actually a really cute little set. I've used it a few times, as you can see there. The sentiment is also from the set as well. So we're using a 1 set wizard step, really. I did want to stamp this as one whole image. Oh, let's go back to the hearts. Let's not jump ahead. The hearts I'm stamping, because they're a solid image, I'm stamping them with Altenew's Crimson ink. Getting down to the sentiment. The sentiment reads, "You deserve a day sprinkled with fun." Aww. So my sentiment was a little bit crooked, so what I can find I do is just lift it up, not lift the whole thing off, but lift it up, and I find that it actually it sorts itself out. It gets its little ducks in a row itself. So I've stamped that down with the black Tuxedo ink. I'm just going to struggle with getting it off because I realized that my mask was obviously still in place. My L was going over my ice cream cone because it freestanding on its own did sort of bug me for some reason. There's a little bit of learning curve happening in this one. You'll see what I do. You'll see what I do. So we are going to colour this. This is all going to be like reds and pinks and chocolatey theme, even though, so it gives a hint of, you know, Valentine's Day, which of course it is not, but it's a really fun little sweet girl Christmas, Easter card. Not Easter. I've been at the beach all day today. It was so cool. It's the first warm day in, I don't know, we've had, like the warmest day it's been since last summer. Let's just put it out there. We've had a couple of days of like, this is Celsius, 23 and 22, which is quite nice, quite warm. But today it was going up to 26 and then it was cooling off and we're going to get a bit of rain for the next couple of days. So I think my brain is still at the beach. It was such a lovely day. It was a little bit of a wind, but it was such a lovely day. Chocolate colours. What the colours I'm using here are E29, E27, 25 and 23. I'm just reading my book because I can never remember, even though they're sitting there staring you in the face. But this is what I do because my brain doesn't always engage with the mouth. I'm sure there's a loose wire somewhere there. But we get by and we have a lot of fun doing it, so who cares? You know, I love my friends, you know, I've said this before. There is an entertainment factor with being my friend because I do some dumb stuff sometimes. But as long as we can laugh at ourselves, it's all good. So we're moving on. We're going to do a little chocolate wrapper. I am basically just going to have a little bit of shadow on the side, on the left hand side where he is supposedly sitting underneath the ice cream cone. And I'm making sure that the lines of the cupcake wrapper are going to be exposed. They've exposed themselves. There's chocolate ice cream, there's the chocolate cupcake wrapper, and then the rest is going to be a slightly different variation. So this, I think I've already said it, but I'm going to say it again because, you know, this hashtag driven hop is going live now. For the Aussie friends, it's about 1 AM in the morning. Let's just say thank goodness for like being able to schedule videos. I don't get into Instagram. I know there's ways of doing it on Instagram, and I've tried and it was like a headache, so I went, nah, I threw in the towel. But thank goodness we have the ability to schedule over on YouTube. That's all I can say. So as I said, if you put the hashtag teamtinytreathop in the search engine of YouTube and Instagram and all the carts, I can't wait. That's the only problem. Also with being in Australia, even though I love being here, I need to wait a little bit before I get to have a look at everyone's designs. But honestly, at the same time, there has some benefits of being a little bit, I won't say behind because we're not, we're actually in front of a good chunk of the world, except New Zealand. But there's benefits when it comes to running out of time when you're trying to do a video and you have to have it live for Saturday, and you have to remind yourself it's not Saturday night, it's actually in the middle of the night, so you still have all Saturday to get the video uploaded, edited, uploaded, voiceover done, and then scheduled to go live. So there's pluses, people, there's pluses. The reds that we're using, which is really hard to see, but they are R59, R29, R35 and 32. So we've got that's my phone buzzing. It's on mute, but it's still vibrating. Sorry. I'll stick it underneath my tush, shall we say. So we've got the red for both the cupcakes, and we're going to use a mixture of R89, 85, 83 and 81 for the other ice cream scoop and this other cupcake. I don't particularly like to go all the way around, but in this situation when the cupcake is sort of behind, it's going to, the ice cream cone is going to provide a little bit of shadow on that side, but also you're going to have a little bit of shadow on the left hand side. Whereas the one on the right, it's pretty much going to be only have a shadow on the right hand side, because if your light source is from the top right, no, left hand side. If your light source is from the top right, that doesn't have anything sitting in front, whereas the ice cream cone, the other cupcake has the ice cream cone. I think they're just called ice cream cones in the rest of the world. So we're just going to go through and back and forth with that until I'm happy. Now, what I did with the sentiment, it's looking fabulous, but I still wanted to put a little bit of a ground, so I thought I'll just carefully go around, go above the sentiment. It'll be all good. No problems. It won't cause a grief at all. And then I pushed my luck and I went over the width. And it smudged. Of course it was going to smudge, because we all know that, or maybe you don't know, but people that deal with a lot of Copic colouring know that VersaFine doesn't play nicely with Copic markers. Oopsies. But I actually like what I did in the end so much better. and you'll see that coming up. So the same sort of deal with these little cones. Have a little bit of a lip, like when you scoop out ice cream, they have a funny sort of lip, so that's why it's got a little bit of a line and then the rest of the color. But it's so small, it's really hard to tell. But if you know me, you know I just can't help myself, so it's just what it is. The ice cream cone, we're using E44, we're using 42 and 40. So we're not doing anything wham bam, thank you ma'am, brilliant. We're just going to accentuate the little lines, the marks on the cone, and also the fact that hopefully that it's rounded. So we're going to, here's the, oops, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. It's not yet. It's not yet. There. So listen to me and don't do it. But we're going to fix it, and I actually like the cards so much better, so it's a happy little accident. So we've just got some pink cardstock from the stash. We just got a all over pink tone to it. I am just going to glue that down, obviously. No foam tape with this baby. But what we will do is we are going to, I've stamped out the other image, the sentiment again. I'm going to use a ruler just to trim that down, because sometimes I just find it easier. I was being lazy, it was getting late, I was just like, I'm just getting the ruler out and praying that I work it all well. I'm going to angle the edge of it, and then I'm going to raise it up on some little tiny foam dots. So it's got a little bit of dimension, and it sort of gives the cupcakes and the ice cream cone a little bit of a place to sit. And there we go. The next thing we've got is some little clear sequins, and yes, I just spilt them everywhere, so we don't need those. We can just use these ones. I'm going to put those down with multi-matte medium. I'm very much into 3 little sequins above, like top right there, and 2 down below, including one, at least one below the sentiment, depending on how big that is. So that's my go-to at the moment. Sequins are very much my go-to at the moment, like a lot of people. A little bit of multi-matte medium, and that's our card. So I'll give you the information down below in the description box, so please check that out and make sure, you know, spread some love, comment away, and you might come across some really things that just make it really cool. Now this wasn't stamped out perfectly, so I've just got a little white gel pen and I'm just touching it up, and you can't see it. Trust me, trust me. That's it. Take care. I hope to see you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.